I wanted to go over this week's assignment as well as look back at what we have completed so far. So we are doing a unit on how do we create comfort in spaces. Our first lesson was where do you find comfort? You guys posted some great works on that. Um, Last week, which you handed in, was learning about architecture, where we took a look at brain pop and how architects create things. What are some important techniques that they need to use, like structure, aesthetic, things like that. And now we're going to design our own architectural spaces. So for this week's, well, let's go back for last week's challenge. I just wanted to highlight some of our students' works. We had the Twin Towers, and I thought this was a great response for recreating those. 2 Kleenex boxes with some Sharpie making some of the building's windows, which I thought was great. You've got this tiny little drawing here that I thought was excellent. You could actually see stairs in it. I think the white material was actually styrofoam, which made me think of this kind of round shape for some reason. And then our last one was made out of Legos. So this week's challenge is to create, construct, or illustrate your own space, or build a fort like Amir Fala. So if you look at the top, I have created a space. I actually illustrated it. Illustrate is another word for drawing. And this is a drawing that I'm going to show you guys probably later on next week because it has to do with next week's assignment. So I started doing a little illustration of a building that I'm working on. The other one, so you could illustrate it or you could construct it. So I started thinking about materials in my house. And I don't have Legos. I don't have building blocks. So I started thinking about what I do have. And I saw a book. And when I opened up the book, it made me think of a tent. And then I was thinking, okay, I'm going to create a space for my family to go to. And when we can all meet up again, I would love to go travel somewhere where there's mountains. So if you look, I don't know if you guys know what those are. These two things are the same. This is actually the back of my slipper. And I threw in some plants down here. And then I propped up all these books to make them look like tents. And this green thing here, that's actually a pair of pants. So I have all of those things at home. You probably have more things than I do, actually. So think wide and beyond, okay? So we're not just looking for things to actually build with. We can find things and make it look like we did a building. My last one is build a fort, and I started building a fort. You can't see it as well. I did take a video, but it was kind of funny, so... and of course, I put plants in there. I guess I need plants around me at all times. So I wanted to show kind of what we're doing this week. So you're going to read the second page of the activity sheet, and then you're going to choose. So I have my arrow going down here because this is one of the design challenges that you can do. You can, using what you learned about architecture, you're going to build, construct, or illustrate, just like I showed you on that previous slide, a structure with a purpose using the materials in or around your home. Could this space be a place for you to get away from your siblings? Maybe it's your extreme home that has your own personal ice rink, or maybe it's a museum to hold all your collections. That is up to you. So that is one challenge. The other challenge is to look at Amir Fala's work on forts and make your own fort. So Amir Fala is an artist that I know. I actually went to school with him at MICA. And a while back, before he went and did his paintings, he created these kind of crazy forts with his friends. So he would go over to his friend's house and then create a fort. And I thought, this is just the coolest thing ever. And that's kind of how I got inspired to do this assignment for you guys. This whole architectural unit came from, I just want to make forts. So you have your challenge. It is either to create a illustration or build a structure for you and it could be anything related to you. Like if you want to build a spot for reading, you could build it big or you could build it small. I built mine small, and I use different materials. So I kind of wanted to show you, this is an up close picture, but far away, I mean, look at how silly Miss Pegosh is. She's putting bowls to make these plants kind of rise up so you could actually see them in the picture. She's got a stack of books there. She's got her green pants, and this is a little blanket that she has that would be good for a sky. So think about kind of the things that you have in your house and go wild and go creative. I will say this, make sure if you take things from your house that you put them back where they go. I did everything. I cleared everything back out before my husband could see it. So make sure you put everything back in its right place when you are done.